glad this game's circled this week. Two of the best teams so far squaring off here in Week 5. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll try it right with Brown. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Burrow setting up the play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Has a man, it's Brown. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Here we go.
Play action now. Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I love a good bootleg just like every other quarterback does. And bootlegs are most effective, Kate, when you're running it first and you deceive that defense. But if you're not running it, or it's a poor fake, or you got a defense that is sound, well, you have the opportunity to get hit in the face in less than 2 seconds, just like that.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Has him on the quick hitter. They get 22 on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from the 41. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Give him 24 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Let's get set.
Working inside the red zone. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And it's scooped up by the Chargers. The 30. The 10. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I can hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
But that quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Return coming from the 6. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32.
Fine, ready?
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Gun, gun. Shot. Shot.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the run. That sets up an easily attainable 3rd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. Trying for it with Burrow. He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals reach pay dirt for the first time this game. One after up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals tie this game 7-7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Right up the gut. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Working quickly here. Back-to-back carries here. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Geno Stone up there to make that play. Moving in the right direction. 5 yards there, but still got a 3rd and 9 coming up. Herbert from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
The give here on 2nd. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They give it to him again. And again, they stalled him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
11, 11, 11, 11, MT, tight. 11, MT, tight. Dot.
Now a give. It's Brown headed right. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Rolling out to his left. He's keeping it.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
On one, ready?
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Complete beyond the marker. And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the 1st quarter. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the 1st. Just a field goal separates these two. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Time for our 2nd quarter. It'll be Bengals football to begin. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Dot.
Here's Brown again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You call that 1st down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Burrow throwing out of the pistol. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a 2nd quarter lead. McPherson at the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals take a 4-point lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Herbert with a blitz coming. Dumped off to his running back. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down. Herbert back to throw. Completed to his running back. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Go Lion.
Opening carry of the game for Kimani Vidal. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need one more now on 3rd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback trying power for it. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That's a short gain of 1. And it brings up an LA first down.
Looked like the defense eyes were elsewhere. And that really opened up an avenue for this fullback to power his way forward and reach that first down.
Forced out to his right. Finds a seam down the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Chargers will have a first.
Hold me to right.
Option give here. And he's brought down for a loss. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Hey, ram. Hold me to right. Baylor tight.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Short pass brought in. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Shotgun snap to Herbert. This gets the 1st and more. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it brings up an LA first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
21, 59.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need one more now on 3rd down.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Here's a give to Vidal. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Chargers get some late points and the lead. Dicker on now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers push their lead to 3.
Bengals 14. Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Shot.
On first down, here's Burrow. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Derwin James picks it. And the Chargers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate.
And it's picked off, but, oh, yep, pretty clear he was out of bounds, so no interception, incomplete. Couldn't make the connection, was looking for Ladd McConkey. And we'll see what they do here on second down. He sends this one to the end zone. And he has the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers grow their lead just before halftime. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers make it a 10-point ball game. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
1-1, ready?
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11 mighty. Shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here we go. 11. Shot.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Shot.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He's got a man left. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that.
One, right?
Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Shot.
To throw again, it's Burrow. He's got it at the 5. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Here we go.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
11 empty. Shot.
From the red zone now. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals make it a 1-score game before halftime. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Set. Set.
Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Back to the air, Herbert. Flush down now to his left. Give him 13 on that play. And the Chargers will have a first. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Here's Herbert. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
This one's caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Go. Set.
Working inside the red zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! Jordan Battle with the INT. He's off to the races. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. McPherson to add the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Bengals take a 4-point lead. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the final play of our 1st half. Herbert back to it after the pick. He's got it deep downfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that 1st half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the 2nd half has in store for us. The 1st half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the 2nd half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set.
Herbert from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it's 2nd down coming up. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
And the Bengals bring it out a 5th DB. They're in the nickel, 3rd down. Steve, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down. The Chargers lined up in punt formation. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. Picked up at the 38. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That goes as a punt of 43 yards. And it'll be Bengals football.
11, Thomas.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Gun. Shot.
Brown on the inside give. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Has him on the quick hitter. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they make the tackle at the 38. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
11.
New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st down, Burrow to throw. Throw caught at the 6. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals push their lead further to start the half. T. Higgins the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Bengals drive their lead to 11. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. From the 34. It's his running back. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get 13 on the pickup. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Crowd right.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the 1st down.
And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Herbert back to throw. He finds McConkey. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
That's caught for the 1st. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
5-9.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
This throw is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Chargers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd and 8. Completed over the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
On the ground, Brown. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
Here we go.
They'll run again with Brown. Down the sideline inside the 30. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
On one, ready? 11 MT, take. 11 MT, take. Here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. The Bengals with it. They've got the lead, but this game is close. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10.
11, 11, 11.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Short pass brought in. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. 2nd and 3 now.
Here we go, here we go.
At the Chargers' 14-yard line.
Burrow from the gun. The throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
On one, ready?
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal.
Let's get set.
Looking to throw, Burrow. He brings it in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Ready.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating third and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? They're out now, ready to punt it. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he'll make the fair catch. Didn't make it to the 50. This one just short of midfield.
I'm fine, ready?
First and 10. Ball set up at the 48.
Here we go.
A give now to Brown. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Attack.
Offense up to the line fast. Brown on the kick. He loses the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. That's good for 7 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Gun.
Play action now. Burrow. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And that one's going to back the offense up just a bit here. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Running it after the penalty. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. A run for no gain doesn't help matters. It's 3rd and long coming up.
Here we go.
Burrow throwing out of the pistol. Buying some time left. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Picked off Cam Hart.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Throwing on first is Herbert. And that one's caught along the left sideline. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers parlay the interception into points. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Chase coming in motion right. And he's able to maneuver this up past the 30. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Let's get set. 11. Stop.
Now Burrow. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps these drive moving.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
On 1st down, here's Burrow. Higgins makes the catch. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
On 1, ready?
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
Here we go. 12. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
To throw again, it's Burrow. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Dives for the pylon, and that's a touchdown. The Bengals make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. McPherson at the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals push the lead up to 12. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Herbert. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. DJ Turner comes up with it. And the Bengals will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Oh, he put some heat on this deep. He's got it inside the 25. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
11.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Chased out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Complete beyond the marker. And for the moment, that's going to be a touchdown. Whether it will stand, though, well, that depends on the call on this flag.
On 2.
The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6.
Here we go. 12. 11. 12.
Here's Burrow. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Now, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see. It's first and goal.
11.
Burrow setting up the play action. On the move, headed right. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. It's second and goal.
Here we go.
Burrow to the air now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And the catch is made. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals have likely locked up the win right there. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals go up by 19. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
They're on the 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds him over the middle. And this one does not go far. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Herbert from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. So the Bengals pick up the win.